at the back with Esteve, and it's fired forward by Martin Dubravka. Over halfway, Manchester United recover it, and it will be a free kick to the home side. A foul by Ugo Chukwu there, leaving one on the Manchester United midfielder Casemiro. But a first opportunity for Manchester United inside these 3.5 minutes. It was from a corner, Mason Mount's delivery, and a rather tame header in the end by Lenny Yoro. It just looked, in fact, as though it came off a Burnley head and then fell kindly into the gloves of Martin Dubravka. So free kick to Manchester United, just over halfway to the right of the D within the Burnley half. Bruno Fernandes standing over it for the Red Devils. Wearing the Manchester United captain's armband, looks up and looking to pick out a Manchester United body centrally, fires the ball in, headed away though by Josh Cullen there, the Burnley skipper. Now this is Ugo Chukwu, gives the ball away rather cheaply, out to Amad Diallo down the right-hand side. Manchester United push forward. This is Matheus Cunha, looks to fire one towards goal and manages to do so, but it was a tame effort straight into the gloves of Martin Dubravka from around 22 yards out centrally of the Burnley goal. But it's been a bright start this to Manchester United, who now come forward again here. Now this is Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the area. Amad Diallo chips the ball in, and this time it evades the head of Brian Mbeumo, and it goes out of play for another corner to Manchester United. Defending there by Maxime Esteve at the back for Burnley. He believes he was pushed, but the referee says no, and will be a corner to the Red Devils, which will be taken from the left-hand side. Mason Mount to take it once more. All bodies back for Burnley as they look to defend this corner. Mason Mount sends it in from the left-hand side. This time it's headed away by Quildishi Hartman, but only as far as Amad Diallo. It's Manchester United pushing forward once again here. This is Bruno Fernandes. Delivers the ball in rather dangerously towards the head of Lenny Yoro, but it's kept alive in the end by Matthijs de Ligt, and it will be a goal kick to Burnley. Matthijs de Ligt thought it should have been another corner to the home team. Ruben Amorim just delivering a few instructions to his players. There is Scott Parker opting for the full suit for today's encounter. Watching on the Burnley manager. And now Martin Dubravka sends the ball forward over to the left-hand side. Out of play it goes, and it will be a throw-in which Manchester United will take through Amad Diallo. Manchester United drawing 1-1 with Burnley in their most recent encounter. That came back in April of last year. Burnley also suffering a 1-0 defeat at home back in September of 2023. And Manchester United last tasting victory over Burnley at Old Trafford, that was back in 2022, December. Back then, that was a 2-0 victory in the League Cup. As Amad Diallo comes forward now for Manchester United. Down the right-hand side, lays the ball off on the edge of the area. Now looks to get the ball back, but it was an overhit one and it drifts out of play for a goal kick, which Dubravka will take. 7.5 minutes gone at Old Trafford. You are listening to Flash Score. It's Manchester United 0, Burnley 0. A bright start this by Ruben Amorim's men, but unable to break the deadlock thus far. Martin Dubravka just advising his defenders to push forward as he sends this ball long over halfway. Ball landing and being brought down by Jakob Brun-Larsen, but he is dispossessed by Diogo Dalot. All the way back it goes to Luke Shaw now on his left foot. Lays the ball out to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes holds it up and then plays it out to his right-hand side into Matheus de Ligt. Now Lenny Yoro into Casemiro, who goes all the way back to the Turkey international Alte Bayendia. Now Brian and Buemo. All played forward by Diogo Dalot. Burnley push forward again here. Now a chance for Lyle Foster. This is Hannibal, the former Manchester United academy graduate. Burnley have it down their right-hand side, and this time it's collected by Kyle Walker. Now Leslie Ugachukwu. Done well here, Ugachukwu. Looking to feed the ball through to Jakob Brun-Larsen. A chance for a cross from the right-hand side. Down that Burnley right. Now Josh Cullen. Back to Brun-Larsen again. Out to Ugachukwu. Looks to play it against the Manchester United body, and the referee has just stopped play momentarily because as Ugachukwu looked to play the ball into the box, it hit the face of Casemiro, and the referee just stopping to make sure everything is okay with the Brazilian before play can resume. 9 minutes gone, still Manchester United 0, Burnley 0. Manchester United winning 15 of the last 25 home matches against Burnley. They did draw 9 and lose 1 in that spell. They are unbeaten, in fact, in their last 23 matches, Manchester United, against promoted sides. Winning 20 of those, drawing 3. So the odds will certainly be stacked in their favour for this one. Benjamin Sesko, the former RB Leipzig forward, watching on from the substitutes bench this afternoon. Casemiro is back to his feet, and Burnley will get the ball back here through Josh Cullen, the skipper. Now Kyle Walker in the centre circle. Out to the left-hand side it goes. Maxime Esteve has it for the Clarets. Now space for Kyle Walker. Plays the ball downfield, but it's a rather wayward one and a wasteful one that by Kyle Walker, and it's out of play for a goal kick, which I'll say Bayendia will take. 10 minutes already gone at Old Trafford. A lot of speculation, of course, surrounding the future of Kobbie Mainoo as well, as he shares a joke with Harry Maguire alongside Benjamin Sesko. Luke Shaw, meanwhile, will take this goal kick and play the ball back to Alte Bayendia across the 6-yard area. Now space for Lenny Yoro. Chips the ball forward, looking to find Brian and Buemo. Headed down, though, by Josh Cullen. Manchester United win it back centrally, though, inside their half. Now Brian and Buemo into the feet of Amad Diallo. Over to the right-hand side. Diallo looking to switch the play, but goes out of play. It will be a throw-in to Manchester United. It has gone for a throw-in, or as the referee has decided it will be a free kick, but the linesman on that far-hand side didn't wave his flag for the free kick, but overruled by the on-field referee. But the ball is played all the way back now to Luke Shaw. Manchester United have it 2 yards centrally outside their 18-yard area. This is Lenny Yoro now. Over to the right-hand side it goes. Amad Diallo cuts inside on his right boot. Goes down. This time it will be a free kick. Diallo unhappy at that challenge, but is swiftly back to his feet. Now Manchester United play the ball over to the left-hand side. Luke Shaw. Space now for Mason Mount. Plays the easy ball back to Luke Shaw in that Manchester United left-back position. Over to Matthijs de Ligt. Ball over the top, but it's a wasteful one that by the Netherlands international. Asking a bit much there of Matheus Cunha. Scott Parker hoping to pour more misery on Ruben Amorim. Just advising his players to push further forward. Martin Dubravka looks to send this ball downfield. As mentioned previously, had that spell at Manchester United on loan from Newcastle United. And he fires the ball downfield over halfway. Headed down, though, by Manchester United, who win it back and have it now through Luke Shaw. Out to his left-hand side to Mason Mount. Mason Mount back to Luke Shaw, who fires it forward. Collected now by Diogo Dalot, but Burnley win the ball and regain possession here through Kyle Walker. Now space for Leslie Ugachukwu. All the way back to Maxime Estiva. Walker again. Estiva out to his left-hand side. Burnley happy to just play the intricate balls forward as they look to regain possession and build up from the back. This is Jakob Brun-Larsen. Now into the feet of Hannibal, who's dispossessed here. Manchester United come forward with Bruno Fernandes. Plays the ball over to the top towards Bryan Mbeumo to the right-hand side. Lovely take by Mbeumo, and a really good save that by Martin Dubravka. Sprawling to his right-hand side to keep the ball at bay. The Burnley goalkeeper. It was a nice turn, bringing the ball in on his left boot. Martin Dubravka, and drawing a right-handed stop by the Burnley goalkeeper to prevent it finding the back of his nets. Manchester United now have it with Mason Mount. Ball over the top to Mbeumo. Could be in here for Manchester United. Still going Bryan Mbeumo, and this time his effort is wide of the target. Should have done better there, Bryan Mbeumo. And plenty of room to take the shot on further forward, but opted to go first time. The former Brentford man drags his effort wide of Dubravka's right-hand post. But warning signs in these early exchanges for Burnley. And another chance for Manchester United, but Ruben Amorim will be happy with what he's seen from his team in these opening 15 minutes gone. Free kick now to Burnley, which will be taken down their right-hand side. Ruben Amorim just asking Bruno Fernandes to push forward. And Mason Mount, as Kyle Walker plays the ball short to Ugachukwu, gets it back, the former Manchester City full-back. And this time, Mason Mount goes down. And has the referee given a penalty here? Or has he given a foul outside the edge of the area? It looked as though the contact had started outside the area here, but it looks as though it continued inside the box, and therefore the referee has awarded a penalty to Manchester United. Mason Mount was still going. It looked as though he went down just outside the area. It'd be interesting to see what VAR make of this, because there was a slight tug by Kyle Walker, but it looks as though the contact had been initiated just from outside the area. Now there is a few tensions spoiling over here, and it remains to be seen what the outcome will be. There was a tug of the shirt on Mason Mount by Kyle Walker. And was the contact initiated from inside the area or just out? Remember, of course, if any of part of the body is on the white line, it is a penalty. But Manchester United could get the decision in their favour here, and it could result in a spot kick for Ruben Amorim's side. Kyle Walker bringing Mason Mount down. The VAR are continuing to take a look at this. Was the contact played just outside the area, or will it be a penalty for Manchester United? 17.5 minutes on the clock. It has taken 3.5 minutes already to take a look at this. VAR in conversation with the referee, who's been advised here to go and have a look at the screen. Now, it remains to be seen what the outcome will be here, because My initial instincts was that the contact had been made just before Mason Mount entered the penalty area. Ruben Amorim there having a word with one of his assistants, Adelio Candido. And it remains to be seen whether it will be a penalty or whether it was deemed both players going for the ball. Mason Mount and the rest of Old Trafford hold their nerve as they await the decision from the on-field referee. And it remains to be seen what the outcome will be. Still the check goes on. The referee continues to have a look at the screen. And he will now be making his decision. The referee explaining to Old Trafford his decision. And the players find out what the outcome will be. And it looks as though the penalty will not be awarded. Both players going down together. And the referee just advising no penalty. Bruno Fernandes just having a word with the official. So Burnley with a let off there. Kyle Walker as well, just pleading his innocence. He believes he was fouled off the ball, and that is the case. So it will be a free kick to Burnley. Penalty overturned by the VAR inside these opening 20 minutes as its play resumes from the free kick, and Dubravka sends the ball forward. And now Burnley push forward again here, but then they give the ball away. Manchester United have it with Matheus Cunha over halfway, ball out to the right hand side. This is Amad Diallo, now Cunha. Amad Diallo again here, who goes down this time. What's the referee gonna give? He waves it away, and Amad Diallo went down under a challenge from Quildishi Hartman. Played the ball through Matheus Cunha, and Hartman looks to have got a little bit on the ball there. Those Manchester United supporters believe it should be a penalty, but that will not be the case. It will instead be a throw-in to Manchester United, which will be taken down their right-hand side to the left of the Burnley 18-yard area. Thrown in, and this time headed on. Burnley looking to clear their lines. The ball comes out to Bruno Fernandes here, down the Manchester United left. This is Matheus Cunha. Cunha sends the ball in onto the head of Lenny Yoro, who can't keep it down. And he heads over, and it will be a goal kick to Burnley. But it has been a frantic start, this, by Manchester United. But it is still Manchester United 0, Burnley 0 at Old Trafford. And now a chance for Burnley to relieve some of the pressure and fire the ball downfield. But Ruben Amorim will certainly be delighted with his team's attacking intent in these opening 22.5 minutes gone, as Dubravka plays the ball forward deep into the Manchester United half of the field. Burnley wants a free kick, but play continues. This is Bryan Mbeumo over to the right hand side to Amad Diallo, still going. Amad Diallo into the feet of Mbeumo, back to Amad Diallo again. Now a chance for Bruno Fernandes, looking to send the ball in, and headed behind and out for a throw-in on this near side, which Diogo Dalot will take. Will be a long throw to be taken by the Portuguese international. Down the Manchester United left to the right of the Burnley 18-yard area. Dallow with the ball in hand. This time looks to go long, and it's cleared away and headed on in the end by Hannibal. The Tunisian midfielder for Burnley, of course, came through the youth ranks at Manchester United. Hannibal Mejba. And now Mason Mount. Manchester United coming forward down their left-hand side. Seen out for a throw-in to the Red Devils, taken by Diogo Dallow. Now Luke Shaw back into the Manchester United half of the field. Fernandes in the centre circle. Floats the ball forward, but it's an overhit one and straight through to Martin Dubravka, the Burnley goalkeeper. So far, Manchester United with 4 attempts on goal, 2 on target, of course. And they have been the better of the two teams in these opening 24 minutes gone at a rain-soaked Old Trafford, as the ball is fired forward by Martin Dubravka. Amad Diallo goes down, and Altay Bayindir now has the ball. The Manchester United goalkeeper sends it forward centrally over halfway. Now Burnley win the ball back here, and they give it straight back to Manchester United, and Mason Mount looks to play it forward. It will be a free kick to Manchester United, which will be taken from just within the Manchester United half of the field centrally. And now Manchester United have it with Bruno Fernandes. Back it goes to Matthijs de Ligt. Over to Brian Mbuemo. Over halfway down the Manchester United right-hand side. This time he switches it across flanks, looking to find Diogo Dallow, who goes down. And it will be, looks to be a goal kick, but Diogo Dallow goes down under a challenge. There didn't look to be much in that challenge involving Kyle Walker. But it looks as though the referee has awarded a free kick to Manchester United here. Diogo Dallow going down under Kyle Walker's challenge. The England international just clipping the heels in the end of Diogo Dallow. And it will be a free kick now to Manchester United, which will be taken down their left to the right of the Burnley 18-yard area. It's a rather compact 6-yard box in front of Martin Dubravka. Bruno Fernandes standing over it. Fernandes takes it, and this time it's headed on and kept out, is it? And the goal stands. Manchester United have scored. And they lead Burnley at Old Trafford. The ball was headed against the crossbar, and then it came back out to Martin Dubravka, who thought he'd palmed it away from his goal. But the goal stands, and Manchester United lead. Free kick was taken, played into the area, and it was a free header. Unmarked was Casemiro. A firm header towards the Burnley goal, onto the crossbar, and then it came off a Burnley body. And Martin Dubravka unable to keep the ball out. And Manchester United lead by 1-0. It was Josh Cullen with the ball coming back off the Burnley man. And now the Clarets have it all to do. Will, of course, go down as an own goal by Josh Cullen. And now Manchester United look to double their advantage. A ball over the top here. And Burnley managed to win it back. And now they come forward. Manchester United want the ball putting out of play because it looks as though there is a off the ball injury, which sees Mateus Cunha go down. What looks to be a suspected hamstring injury for the Brazilian. He immediately turned away, signalled to the bench. And Ruben Amorim speaking with Delio Candido too, and Carlos Fernandez, his assistants. Mateus Cunha still receiving some treatment from the Manchester United medical staff, and it looks like his afternoon will be over, the former Wolves man. Bruno Fernandes just having a word with Mateus Cunha. But Manchester United leading by a 1-0. An own goal from Josh Cullen following a Bruno Fernandes free kick. It was a firm header by Casemiro. And Josh Cullen could do nothing about it in the end. Martin Dubravka thought he'd kept it out, but that wasn't the case. The goal given via the referee's watch in the end. So just short of half an hour gone at Old Trafford. Burnley 1 goal down against Manchester United. Shake of the head by Mateus Cunha as he makes way. Makes his way down the Old Trafford tunnel. Ruben Amorim now has a decision to make. And Burnley can bring the ball forward. Over to the left-hand side it goes. Collected now by Josh Cullen in the centre circle. Plays it over to the right-hand side. Now a chance for Kyle Walker. Into the feet of Hannibal, who goes down, and it will be a free kick for a foul by Diogo Dalot here. Hannibal will be helped back to his feet. It will be a free kick taken down the Burnley right-hand side to the left of the Manchester United 18-yard area. Defending to do now for Manchester United. They lead Burnley by a 1-0. And Joshua Zirkzee enters the action now to replace the injured Mateus Cunha. So on comes the Netherlands international. Free kick to Burnley though. Josh Cullen standing over it. Maxime Esteve up from the back for Burnley. Josh Cullen looks as though he will be the candidate to take this. Instead he leaves it, and Burnley play the ball in, but it doesn't beat the head of Bruno Fernandes. And this time Jakob Brun-Larsen sweeps it up and plays it to Martin Dubravka. Burnley now play the ball forward over halfway. They come down their left-hand side. Chance now for Ugo Chukwu. This is Quildishi Hartman. Back to Maxime Esteve. Kyle Walker down the right. Plays the ball forward to Brun-Larsen. Gets the ball back. The 35-year-old England international. All the way back now to Martin Dubravka. On to Quildishi Hartman, formerly of Feyenoord. Forward it goes. Now, held up by Lyle Foster. This is Jack Cullen. Ugo Chukwu, just over halfway inside the Manchester United half. Hannibal helps it on. Down the right-hand side. Burnley build up from the back. This is Brun-Larsen. Now Kyle Walker. Space for Brun-Larsen. Now Hannibal plays the ball in. This time it's well defended by Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes. Joshua Zirkzee battling for it. But now Brun-Larsen looks to play it forward. It comes off Luke Shaw. Will be a throw-in to Burnley, who quickly take it through Kyle Walker. This is Maxime Esteve. The Frenchman out to the right-hand side. This is Kyle Walker. Looks to play the ball over the top. And they could be in here, Burnley. Chance for Lyle Foster. Swings it in, headed away by Amad Diallo. And this time, a Burnley player goes down on the edge of the area. It was Josh Cullen under a challenge. Referee immediately waved it away. Altay Bayindir plays the ball out from the back. This is Matthijs de Ligt. On to Lenny Yoro. Back to the Dutchman de Ligt. Looking for options. Opts to go out to his right-hand side and all the way back now to Altay Bayindir. Just 12 minutes of normal time left to play in this first half. Chip ball forward. Burnley managed to intercept it. And now they come forward. It's a bright spell this for Burnley, who are looking to get themselves back into this contest. A foul now by Bruno Fernandes. And an opportunity for Scott Parker's men at this set piece. Looking to end this first half on a high, the Clarets. An opportunity for Cullen to send the ball in. And we leave it for Quildishi Hartman. And will the captain send the ball into the area? Will be left for Cullen, who opts to play the ball short. Now Maxime Stivek over to the right-hand side and hit out in the end. Uga Chukwu keeps the ball alive, but the offside flag has been raised and it will be a free kick to Manchester United. But it's still Manchester United 1, Burnley 0. Most needed victory for Ruben Amorim and his side. And they lead by that solitary goal, a Jack Cullen own goal, following that Bruno Fernandes free kick down the Manchester United left-hand side. Of course, he had to be involved, Bruno Fernandes, in the goal. And it's because he does have a decent record against promoted sides. 10 goal involvement in his last 8 matches against newly promoted teams. And Manchester United come forward again here. Bruno Fernandes is on the ball now, the Manchester United captain. Lays it out to his left-hand side. Luke Shaw, this time, plays it through to Diogo Dalot. But intercepting is Kyle Walker, who plays it against the Manchester United wing-back. And out for a throw-in to the away side. Kyle Walker, of course, knows Old Trafford rather well from his time at Manchester City. The blue half of Manchester now in the blue colours of Burnley. And now he's on the ball, looks to send it forward. Down it goes up towards Lyle Foster. But back there is Amad Diallo to do the defending for Manchester United. Joshua Zirkzee can't win it, but the ball breaks to Bruno Fernandes. Now Zirkzee over to the right-hand side, and he's intercepted here. And Burnley come forward. Chance for Cullen now in the centre circle. Switches it over to the right-hand side. This is Jakob Brun-Larsen. Still going, Brun-Larsen. All alone, and now a chance for Burnley. And what a chance it was. Fired over by the former Manchester United academy graduate Hannibal. It was a lovely ball through by Jakob Brun-Larsen. He brought it down rather neatly inside the area and laid it on a plate out to his left-hand side to Hannibal, who should have done better. It was a really good opportunity, that, for Burnley. Their best chance of the first half. Applauded by Scott Parker, who will want to see more of that from his Burnley side on the break. But Manchester United managed to survive there. Warning signs for the Red Devils as Bayindir fires the ball forward following the goal kick. Ball is intercepted now by Kyle Walker, and Burnley, all of a sudden, their tails are up and they come forward. This is Uga Chukwu. A heavy touch by the former Chelsea man, and Manchester United win the ball back and play it all the way through to Altay Bayindir, who has the ball at his feet. and lays it out to his right-hand side to Lenny Yoro. Now Bayendia again. This time it's fired forward, headed down by Diogo Dalot. Mason Mount beats Jack Cullen to the ball, fires it over to the right flank, brought down now by Amad Diallo. Diallo cuts inside, looks to lay the ball off to Mbeumo, but he goes for goal again, Amad Diallo. He wants a corner, and he will get a corner, Amad Diallo, because the last touch was off a Burnley body. But Manchester United looking to double their advantage before the break. Still leading Burnley by a 1-0. Corner now which will be taken from the right hand side. All bodies back in there for Burnley. Bryan Mbeumo to take it. It'll be an in-swinger into that 6-yard area. This time it's headed on and cleared off the line. In the end, instead, it looks as though it come off the top of the crossbar. It has been given as a goal kick. And that was the case. It just came off the tip of the crossbar. Burnley managed to survive. It did look as though it would have been cleared off the line, though. Mason Mount with the header. But so far so good for Ruben Amorim. His side still leading by a 0-0. That Jack Cullen own goal as Burnley come forward, going in search of a late leveller in this first half. Bruno Fernandes wins a free kick for Manchester United in the centre circle. A foul this time by Hannibal. And the Red Devils in no rush to take it. Matthijs de Ligt out to Lenny Yoro. Into de Ligt again. Now space for Luke Shaw down the left flank, and this time it's recovered by Casemiro. Played forward into the path of Amad Diallo. The ball is a poor one by the Manchester United wing back, and now Burnley come forward here, and it's a poor ball down the left hand side, not kept in the end. So 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Manchester United 1, Burnley 0. Plenty of work to do for Scott Parker at the break. Manchester United come forward now inside their half. Casemiro lays the ball out to Diogo Dalot. Space now for the Portuguese international. Over to the right-hand side to Bruno Fernandes. Collected now by Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt out to Lenny Yoro. Yoro this time to Mbeumo. Bryan Mbeumo lays the ball out to Amad Diallo. Now Manchester United come forward again here, and this time Martin Dubravka read the situation and clears his lines, and it will be a throw-in to Manchester United down their right-hand side, around 2 yards within Burnley territory. Plenty of options on the bench for Manchester United this afternoon. Namolo Ugarte, of course, dropped to the substitutes bench in favour. Casemiro given the nod this afternoon as Manchester United come forward again. Space now for Diogo Dalot. Crosses the ball in. Headed away though by Hartman, but only as far as Bruno Fernandes. Well, Foster can't win it back for the Clarets, and Manchester United have it with Bruno Fernandes in the centre circle. This is Bryan Mbeumo. Looks to play the ball through, but mopped up in the end by Burnley, who have it with Dubravka. He then plays the ball forward, headed on in the end, and now Bruno Fernandes again. Centrally, 25 yards out from goal. Lays the ball out to the left to Diogo Dalot. Now Luke Shaw, back to Fernandes. Shaw again. Now Mason Mount. Luke Shaw to Bruno Fernandes, who plays the ball over to the right-hand side to Lenny Yoro. Manchester United This time have it with Brian Mbeumo. He's looking for a red shirt. Manchester United come forward down that right again. This time Amad Diallo. Chance for Bruno Fernandes to Brian Mbeumo. Lays the ball off and then eventually it's sent in, and it will be a corner to Manchester United from the right-hand side. Maxime Esteve sends the ball out, and there'll be a chance from the set piece in the corner for the Red Devils. The fourth corner of the match. An opportunity to deliver the ball in dangerously in front of Martin Dubravka and the Burnley goal. Brian Mbeumo to take it. Opportunity as the ball is played in, and this time it evades everybody, including Casemiro. And Burnley this time get themselves a goal kick. Well, they thought it would be a goal kick, but it has gone for a corner because the last touch was off Maxime Esteve. An opportunity for Manchester United from the corner. This time it will be taken from down their left-hand side to the right of the Burnley 18-yard area. Bruno Fernandes goes over to take it, approaching the final 30 seconds of the 45. Bruno Fernandes sends the ball in. This time it's a training ground move and a really good save that by Martin Dubravka. Bruno Fernandes playing the ball out on the edge of the area, fired towards the Burnley goal, and it was well saved in the end by Martin Dubravka. He made himself big and parried the ball away, and this time manages to clear the ball down over halfway and into the Manchester United half. But a really good, well-worked effort that by Manchester United. Something which has been worked on the training ground. There will be 8 additional minutes at the end of this first half. That, of course, following the lengthy VAR check on that possible Manchester United penalty, which was overturned, as Burnley now look to find a way forward. But it was a really good opportunity moments before. Bruno Fernandes finding Amad Diallo from just within the 18-yard area, and on his left foot looked to guide the ball into that right-hand side of the net, and it was a routine stop in the end by Martin Dubravka, diving to his right-hand side to keep the ball out. And now this is Matthijs de Ligt. Manchester United have the ball centrally inside their half of the field. Now fired forward by Lenny Yoro, headed away by Burnley and then collected by Brian Mbeumo, who goes down. Free kick to the Red Devils. Foul by Leslie Ugachukwu. So an opportunity again for Manchester United to play the ball into the area, the Burnley 18-yard box. Burnley, you would think, would be happy to hear the half-time whistle as they go look to regroup and get themselves back into this contest. Ruben Amorim takes his seat, meanwhile, in the Manchester United dugouts. Plenty of work for both managers at half-time, but Amorim will be delighted with what he's seen from his side, as the free kick is played short. And this time, Manchester United have it with Mason Mount. Chips the ball forward up towards the 18-yard area. And this time the goalkeeper came and was asking for it. A lapse in communication involving Maxime Esteve and Martin Dubravka there. And meanwhile, Manchester United push forward. This is Bruno Fernandes. Looks to fire the ball in, and it goes out eventually off Joshua Zirkzee and out for a goal kick. He believes it should be a corner, Joshua Zirkzee. Referee immediately awarding the goal kick to Burnley after Bruno Fernandes struck it. Did look as though it came off a Burnley foot in the end. Bruno Fernandes onto Xerxes and then a Burnley foot, but the referee thought otherwise and awards the goal kick to Burnley, and it's fired long by Martin Dubravka, headed on by Ugo Chukwu. And now Brian Mbeumo, beaten to it by Quildishi Hartman. Ball over the top, looking to pick out Lyle Foster. Foster holds the ball up, now collected by Ugo Chukwu. Still going here, Burnley. Ugo Chukwu again. This time runs into traffic and seen out by Bruno Fernandes. It will be a throw-in, though, to Burnley. Deep into the Manchester United half of the field. Down their left-hand side to the right of the 18-yard area. Hannibal just giving the ball to Kyle Walker, who will deliver a long throw into the 18-yard area. Long throw by Kyle Walker. This time it's headed down, and Burnley come forward again here. And a shot towards the goal, which is dealt with by Manchester United. And now Joshua Xerxes onto Amad Diallo. Xerxes again, and Brian Mbeumo's all alone here. And it could be 2-0. Brian Mbeumo plays it to Amad, who misses it. What a chance it was for Manchester United. Another well-worked pass and move. Not finished off by Amad in the end. It was a really good chance, that, for Manchester United to make it 2-0. And that would have certainly made it an uphill battle for Burnley. Lovely weighted ball to Brian Mbeumo. And he put it on a plate for Amad Diallo. He just couldn't get under the ball and sends it over high and wide of the crossbar. Ruben Amorim knows what a chance that was for his side. 3 minutes left to play of the additional 8. And now Burnley come forward again here. Still they push for an equaliser before half-time. This is Mason Mount. Over to the right it goes to Brian Mbeumo. Mbeumo cuts inside. Still going Brian Mbeumo. Sends the ball across here, and a really good chance. And how on earth did Joshua Xerxes not finish the ball and put Manchester United 2 goals ahead? Brian Mbeumo with a low ball into the area, and Joshua Xerxes with a really good chance. Maxime Esteve failed to clear his lines, but then got a foot to it at the second attempt, which just put Joshua Xerxes off in the end, and Martin Dubravka collects it. Now Kyle Walker sends the ball downfield. Too close to Altay Bayindia in the Manchester United goal. Still Manchester United leading by a 1-0. Jack Cullen own goal. And a Bruno Fernandes free kick is what separates the two teams. As Altay Bayindia sends the ball downfield. Gives it straight to Kyle Walker. Now this is Cullen. Onto Maxime Esteve. Chips it downfield, looking to find the run of Lyle Foster. Out of play for what will be a throw-in to Manchester United. Down their left-hand side. To the right of their 18-yard area. Diogo Dalot to take it. Throws the ball down that left-hand side. And this time won back by Manchester United and then given away. Mason Mount heads the ball down this time. This is Esteve. Straight though to Diogo Dalot. Ryan Buemo battling for it. And now Lenny Yoro, and the half-time whistle is blown at Old Trafford. So far, so good for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United. Josh Cullen, the Burnley skipper, with the own goal. Manchester United thought they'd had a penalty prior to that. Challenge involving Kyle Walker and Mason Mount. The VAR overturning the spot kick. And at half-time, at a rainy Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 1, Burnley 0. Nearly clash involving Manchester United and Burnley. It is the former leading by a 0-0 following that Jack Cullen first half own goal. And it will be Burnley to get the ball rolling for the second half. A second half which will see one change for Manchester United. Kobbie Mainoo entering the action for the Red Devils. So he takes his place on the field of play, and we are now back underway with Burnley immediately sending the ball forward. Manchester United could and should have been out of sight in that first half with the number of chances they had, but it is still just that slender one goal as Burnley look to ramp up the pressure. Ugachukwu on the ball, plays the ball out to the right-hand side, and Hannibal against a Manchester United bodying out for the first throw-in of the first half. Burnley to take it down their right-hand side. Now they come forward, the Clarets, and an opportunity for Hannibal. Ball played back into the centre circle. Ball fired out to the right-hand side, and a chance for Burnley from the right, but it's intercepted in the end, but won back again by Burnley, who get themselves a free kick here in a rather dangerous position. A foul by Bryan Mbeumo, and a free kick to Burnley. So a first opportunity for the Clarets at the start of this second half. Bryan Mbeumo, the player who committed the foul, and there's three Burnley players standing over this free kick. Jakob Brun-Larsen, Hartman and Kyle Walker, as Altay Bayindir readies his Burnley wall. But you certainly fancy a shot towards goal here from Burnley, despite it being around 23 yards out from goal. Three-man wall for Manchester United. Looks as though conditions could make it rather difficult for Altay Bayindir. A chance for Burnley from this free kick. Jakob Brun-Larsen into the wall. It's still not away here, and now a chance, and eventually it lands into the gloves of Altay Bayindir before Lyle Foster can reach it. It was an effort by Brun-Larsen, and it fell to